Yeah, we can start now. Knowledge management. Today, unit number 12, page number 168. What is the aim of this unit? You can easily read it out. How to describe organization knowledge. How to come to know that with this unit and explain what we mean by the knowledge management. Discuss the role of libraries in the new environment. Already I mentioned about that many people are coming with that knowledge organization, knowledge technology, knowledge systems. So how we are well equipped as a librarian, as an information professional, as an information gatekeeper. So mainly the introduction, you can see the block introduction. Knowledge management implies subject awareness in some aspects of engineering, technology, psychology, information, and communication technology, management studies, and also library and information sciences. Library and information scientists have to gear up their training to next level of knowledge. How can we meet the challenges? And knowledge meaning mainly what do we know and what we need to know. This gives an immense pleasure about the knowledge, how it can be managed also. You can see that briefly every time I'm telling about that the information. Data is a raw information to be processed. Knowledge is specific parameters applied to serve the users. Mainly in the knowledge organization, I can say. And the knowledge management definition as per the meaning of like Carlson says, knowledge management about putting information and people's competences for work together. It may be two types. The knowledge will be two types. Maybe the tacit knowledge and explicit. Knowledge management and information management, we can see that unit in this unit. And what is the purpose? Why the knowledge needed to enhance the skills? We already discussed about that the faculty or a specific subject will not be stopped. It creates a new knowledge based on the need of the society and also technology-based advancement in our present field, mainly in the library and information science. Previously, we used to issue only through the desk. Now, there is no desk. They can take on their own. Many IITs already introduced check-in, check-out. Once account is maintained as per the limitations, within the duration of the particular time, they can walk in, return the book, take the book without mediate of the person. That is auto check-in and check-out. It automatically calculates the file if they exceed the time limitation. Same thing, how we are facing in the higher education sector. You can see that the presentation yearly once used to take admission previously. Now, we can see that compared to the global higher education system, every 3 months they can join and go. Wherever they need to complete the task, they can. If they want to shift, they can. If they want to resign, they can. If they want to break, yes, they can. These things, how can we apply in our own areas? Mainly higher education system, even R&D, as well as the service sector, I would say. How it can be knowledge organized. Already we know that classification system and cataloging system, we are organizing as per the printed as well as the electronic manner. But what immense pleasure comes to redefine as a organization knowledge in the particular new digital era also. Why we need that organizing the knowledge? Because intellectual capital, we have to develop how the intellectual innovations are going to come up and also develop the knowledge assets. It can be treated as intangible also. Already I mentioned regarding explicit and tacit. Explicit means express, able to express. Tacit means Like we used to listen about that experienced people teach orally. There was no book. There was no form of the text. There is a tacit knowledge. Even we can come across to it even now also. Some example, some people give the fish medicine. There is not immediately as a drug formula. They are not disclosing. But they serving the purpose during the before starting the rainy season. Same similar tacit knowledge we can see in many areas. How it can be pulled up the tacit knowledge into the explicit. This is like a very critical task, how to trap the knowledge and to put it to the managing level. Maybe the tacit or explicit. Sometimes explicit knowledge also limited to the area R&D when they share information regarding research units. A small example, I can say research innovation is going on in the army sector. Somebody is going to take a research in that. That labs interlinked with the research-oriented things. What is going on scientific era, scientific knowledge, going to exchange within the limitation of the particular organization made for the goal to reach it. At the same time, in the information processing area, how the service sector, the third-party service, already I mentioned about that, how the third-party services are giving in the knowledge sector also. Somebody is incurring the R&D, but they are not producing the product. They can sell that knowledge to the production area, whomsoever they sell it as a product in a marketing level, they get the royalty with this. Indirectly, the intellectual property rights or design patents or else copyright act. Similar, how it can be managed. You can see that organization memory, you are working like many years of work experiences in some particular organization. When we leave the organization on their own or as per the age limitations and as per the circumstances, how we can retain that organizational memory, that person, how it can be served even if we leave the organization. Mainly, we can come across to it. Like recently, we can see that the many years of like EMRC is going. EMRC already last class I mentioned about that. How they record the lecture series. When the person is working, that will be recorded as a lecture series. It can be same thing. It can be applied and given the knowledge to the next level of the students, or else next batch of the students. And also, you can re-evaluate that particular series of the lectures given in a package manner again. So, small example. Anything else? For the small example, you can go through the knowledge management from IIT Kharagpur. P.L. Srivastava given a lecture series in NPTEL. Now we can able to access once we register into that particular coursework under the NPTEL program. This is give immense knowledge about the knowledge management when it occurred, when it's practiced, when its advancement is going on. Many almost 5 to 8 years back, he developed that series of the knowledge management and the knowledge management videos on the knowledge management. This, when we access into that particular videos, we can see that what is the knowledge growth is going on. How 2005 to 10, 2010 to 15, 2015 to 20, 2020 to 20. Even how we can expect the next level of the thinking process of the organization structure. Anything else? Please. You can interrupt, not to worry. Yeah, you can interrupt in between whenever you need it.
Sir, in 12th lesson you are explaining, sir? 12th chapter?
Yeah, 12th chapter. Now I am in the page number 172.
172.
Yeah. This is based on knowledge and memory, it is.
Or organizational memory.
Yeah, how it can be an organizational memory taken place. You can see the flowchart defined in the data to knowledge. Every time I'm telling about the data, information, and knowledge. This is applicable where we are experienced with the particular information or particular data into the knowledge. And also the user needs. If the users are coming like different concepts to ask any advancement, then we can start thinking about that. How can we serve these people, even the scientists also? Last class I mentioned a scientist coming with that particular material, going on the research on the particular material. We have to give what the material on that, how many people are working on that. Even same thing like surgery. If that any different surgeries are going on in medical phenomena, how it can be attended if you are a medical librarian. And also judicial level, like legal system. Already we mentioned. If suddenly a different course or different legal doubt is coming, how it can be solved within the less time. Previously used to like ask like a question, then it will be answered whenever they need it. But now technology is already advanced. How fast, how best we can serve 24 into 7. See, if one blink, any network blink in a banking sector, what happens? There is no communication between the business. It become like huge loss. But at the same time, when we are thinking at any like home needs, we are not bothered about that. We can alternative, we can think about that. But when the dependent, like users, depending upon the particular information, ready to accessible, then we have to pre-package, like repackage and give it to them. When we can give, when we have the knowledge about that particular area, when we are working towards that, when we are involving into that, then it is easy for the students to get that particular knowledge from the professionals like libraries and library staffs. We can see in a form of how data to knowledge. It's simple it is. When organization is there, they have their own data. You can see that the websites of the particular organization. Some people are parallelly running old website as well as new website. Why they want to keep old website as it is? Because it's internal data represented how best. But new one, it takes the time to adapt that particular area. See, some icons is given at a home in the left side. Somewhere we are giving like a top left, top right. If you are going any like changes on the website, the people, those are users, very comfortable with the previous one. It takes time to shift into that particular new technology or new knowledge and new websites. This is mentioned in the organizational memory. What is the organization having already internal data? What they have to express as external data, processed, keep it into that particular server as information, how it can be transferred, expressed as a explicit knowledge, as tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge is like not, it will be a very confidential manner. Explicit means it can be expressed in the form of any text, either the science. That is knowledge through formal communication channel. And another one, like already mentioned about the tacit knowledge, will be knowledge through informal communication. Sometimes they will like, you can see if you go to attend any meeting, somewhere not allowed any phones. Why? That information should not be disclosed. That cannot be recorded. Only thing is it will be processed with the communicated in a informal communication. So we can see many areas like Rift to come up with that WikiLeaks. When is the confidential matter is going to come up with that? It changes the thought process of the people on that particular event or particular things, so that we can keep like formal, informal, how best, and as a confidential manner. Like you can see that how the NIA works. Intelligent information, it cannot be disclosed immediately. See, something like going to happen within a less time. They want to evacuate particular building. Thousands of people are there. Evacuate particular area. If they announce something going to happen, what happens? This confidential message, if it goes to public, it becomes as a panic. Already last year, I think last sessions I mentioned about that, the panicness. If one's information, as an example, 10 platforms are there, one railway station. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some trains are coming, if we schedule like platform number 1, wrongly mentioned the platform number 10, again we recorrected within a second, no, it's a 1. What happens within less time? Fraction of seconds, people will become panic. Due to that, it may lead to stampede also. That is a very less time. Within a minute, you need to blast the bomb. So disaster management, whenever announcement comes, how it will be informal communications to be developed. And it should be formal communication in written text. This to be very careful. If you are going to announce, to become as an announcer in the particular area at the time of disaster things happening, even including the fire. You can see that recently happened in a Swapnalok company. They are unable to communicate the people properly. It leads to many people, almost 5 to 6 people, then and then, within less time, even able to evacuate, but unable. This happened because of that wrong communication or not communicated properly. So that as an information profession, you can be accommodated not only in the libraries. If we need wherever information required, even ham radio you can go wherever in a disaster evacuation areas also. When we have processed particular information, we know we have to adopt technology in the as the organizational memory. If you work, some experiences are there, how it can be reassessed and reevaluated to attend the needs of the society. Maybe library, maybe the organization, maybe the scientific organization, maybe the media sector, maybe the judicial sector, or maybe the public interest area also. And you can see the knowledge, how it can be processed. What are the stages of it? Knowledge management process, you can see, first of all, we should identify where the knowledge is and knowledge culture developed. We have to identify the knowledge and collect, capture, and selecting what the requirement of the unit, like particular area, to particular user based on your organization goal, wherever you work for that. Or if you become an entrepreneur, already I mentioned about that legal freelance journalism is there, and the freelance photographers are there. How they collect the information and repackage and submit to the people, those who want, those who need, and also they sell their product how best, maybe the information products too. You can see the organizing and also storing, which we identified and collected that knowledge, how it can be organized. Like how allocation will be there. You can see that the websites, you can see the read out the website, check out the website, how it will be attractive. If you pay, it will be worked, how it will be presented in a graphical interface. If you are not paying, simply they'll keep like website and a free of cost also, but it won't become as a catchy words, or it will not become as a catchy into that particular information. Similar manner, we can identify the sources, collect the material, and reassess how best it can be presented in a good manner. It can be organized very in advance, and also storage. As a for a small example, we are storing our database, like digital database of our library into the server. How it can be accessed within the intra or within intra-organization or open it is. Server is 24/7. You can see that the university system is there. OPAC will be available at the particular desk previously, but now we can see access to the mobile itself. We can get our own system. We can see all the access to the Wi-Fi. We can apply particular modules. We can access the particular library, even including the electronic resources. Previously, we have to go to the counter physically. We used to ask whether this book is available or not. And recent past, we developed OPAC. But nowadays, OPAC is also not limited to particular area within the library. OPAC is unhandy. OPAC is, if you like, you want to see, you can see how many books on your account, how much fine is there at single touch if applied modules developed in particular library management system. Or else, any new arrivals coming to the library, we used to display our new arrivals, either the jacket of book or list of books arrived into the library as a mentioned list into the notice board. Now this is happening similar to reach to the user. What is the new material is going to come up? And one small example I can tell about that: the purchasing of the books or purchasing of the electronic material. Not just whatever we need it. It will be processed whenever we need it also. It can be ordered. These to be how best organized and also storing in particular place. Maybe the physical, maybe the electronically. And how it can be shared. I already mentioned about how it can be shared. If you keep in a server, it goes to based on our module applied in the library management system. It can be accessed by sharing. And applying, where we can apply that particular retrieved knowledge. Once stored, it is able to share. Once shared, the shareable knowledge where it can be applied. Like I can say that the design and planning sector in that particular medical design, I can say. They need not complete library setup of the server, what we order, whatever we stored. They need ingest where this technology or advancement is applied. Because volume of information is coming within the, even we can see that the websites, how many websites are going to come. There's no limitation about the information, but how best to design website is a categorized. Within that, how many able to share. Then where it can be applied. We can see that the journals, EBSCO, every journals are like open access journals are coming. But some people are open access journals repackaging and selling to the people, which is very free also. But even though they are getting knowledge about that, how it can be categorized, how it can be stored, how it can be shared, and whom the requirement is more and more. You can see some example. I can say electronic journals in engineering. Within engineering, lakhs of journals are coming up, but thousands only we need. Within that, only particular organization need only tens. Who will process these all? Knowledge management applications. If they organize very well in that particular organization, develop the knowledge culture and knowledge system, there it's easy to create new knowledge too. By go through the stored knowledge and shared one, which is applied, it creates also new knowledge. In the new knowledge creation, the information provision should be very alerted and also attentive also. Be attentive how the organization memory get enriched. It should not be like olden days. Like you can see that the small example, I can see the products. When before electronic typewriter, just manual typewriters were there. When it is shifted into the electronic typewriter, it took very long period. But when it come to form as an electronic typewriter, immediately it became as a editable format into that particular PCs. So now become very easy. There is no desktop publishing assistance now. But we need processing assistance required right now. For that, we need like previously we used to accommodate like only just typist or computer operator. Now it's a multitasking person. Now multitasking skills-oriented person required. Same time, even in the library, we cannot only categorize, we cannot only the classified, we cannot only administer our own resources. We have to be very alert. If higher education system applied new technology, we have to adopt. See, applied basic one already we are attending. Applied technology, we have to be very ready, keen enough to serve the society wherever we go to our completion of our own profession, which is treated as an information profession. We should be forward to serve wherever whatever, whenever required. And the knowledge management strategies. We can see that the knowledge management strategies. Here it is knowledge management strategies. When 5 basics are there, you can see that 5 basics already predefined by the page number 176. Knowledge strategy as business
Hello,
strategy.
sir. Hello, I'm from university, sir.
Yeah,
sir, may I know your name, sir? We have to take attendance.
I am Dr. Janardhan Reddy.
Sir, your profile doing Kailash, iPhone, and that's sharing. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I'm. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, sorry to disturb you, dear students. This is a knowledge management strategy applied. Mainly, how the basic 5 basics is there. Already, this is mentioned in the page number 176. It is broadly identified by for knowledge management in our organization. The purpose is, that nowadays is like any system I'm saying, higher education or any organization R&D. What is the benefit? They are thinking about that. Once we are incurring some amount, in return, what we are getting. So budget allocation based on that, it will be reassigned. We are not simply like purchasing the things and keeping somewhere. There is no analyzing. It will not be like that in the future, I'm saying. Previously, we used to like best book in a best price and a least price, best book, least price, and a right time. But this process is like now one more added advantage. How we are utilization module is there. Are we really using or not? Is it required for a particular time or not? Is it capable to share? Is it capable to applying that particular knowledge or not? This is like a business strategy. Knowledge strategy is like as a business strategy. And another one is intellectual asset management strategy. How we are developing our intellectual assets. With this knowledge in our organization, how can we develop? See, we are particular people, or we are hiring particular period, 1 year or 2 years, we are asking to come and apply your knowledge into this basic level area, and we need your services for the particular 2 years. If we select a particular person for 2 years, is he works for full-fledged for that particular within the 2 years? We may say yes or no. That's it. May or may not, based on the reward system, based on the intellectual assets is having to share. Until unless that guarantee is not the particular person, after 2 years, what he become? Because he has to work for 10-20 years, his period, simply can't work for only 1 year. Whatever is knowledge cannot be shared. But at the same time, if the reward system is there, it can be continued based on your assessing of the intellectuality. We can say, and we can pay higher amount, because we can see that technology, like a small example, like I say, honeybees. It developed that particular honey. It cannot be processed with the technology, but because that time process will be there with that particular process, it cannot be created, compensate with that particular moment. At the same time, intellectual, whomsoever they are, we cannot copy, say. Some assignment given to like particular person, given like how best you can process and give it back based on your knowledge, put into that particular time also. You can't say some within 1 hour you can give that assignment. Some people may give within a 1 hour in a different manner. But at the same time, we given 2 hours, at the same time, predefined, like pre-informed, pre-advanced, like I'm going to ask so and so thing, please be prepared. Even less time given, wonders will be come out. So particular area, intellectual asset, how it can be managed, strategy will be there. How the strategy applied even personal knowledge strategy. See, once our class work, I'm saying, it taught by the student, like taught by the particular professor or particular teacher or particular person, it will not be reached to all the people in the same bandwidth, I'm saying. I'm not talking about that. Technology is a network. But personal perception, how they take, how they act, how they reflect, based on that, strategy applied. And fourth one is knowledge creating strategy. We can see that we know how to drive. We can parallel, you can see that the motor driving skills. Until unless we apply our knowledge into that particular area, we can't. We know that how to drive, but you can't, if we are not applying, you can't. Until unless you face that particular experience, then only we can create new things. How can we? See, you can compare with that particular speed, the parallel, if you go to the energy commanders. If you train like 20 years, can you go similar manner? No, because they train particular area, specifically how they maintain the distance in between the two vehicles or reach the time in less time. So it will not be same thing applied for the particular person, but sometimes attracted. If they are well-versed knowledge about the creating new things, they can do. It cannot be limited to particular profession or particular area or particular time, I can say. And another one is, fifth one is knowledge transfer strategy. How the strategies are applied. We can see that the pyramid structure in management process. We can see how the supervisory, how the top level management, supervisory cadre, next level applied. How this transfer strategy applied. We can see that nowadays all things are outsourcing. You can see that the corporate style, nobody is owning that particular employee. They need intellectuals, technical oriented people, and applied. Intellectuals are sitting at desk. Technical people, mediate, and applying service sector. These three pyramidal structure, how the parameter applied as a knowledge transfer strategy. These 5 strategies are, you can see in the knowledge management strategies called. And knowledge management, these are strategies we are having. But where we can apply? Until unless we develop our infrastructure facilities. When infrastructure facilities develop based on the needs of the particular organization or particular area or particular society or particular labs or particular place. In order to be successful knowledge management applications, it's the organization has to take into the consideration 3 different kinds of infrastructure needs. One is culture infrastructure. Are we really have that particular knowledge culture or not? Why I'm saying that culture means it can be inculcate the habits of the knowledge which can be organized and also shareable. Previously, we used to know about the ISO standards. This ISO standards, nothing but documenting, that's it. When we are applying any technology, we have to document. This will be evaluated by the certification people. Those are certification done, like ISO 9000 certification. This certification gives a internal audit first. You have to assign that internal audit. What is going to happen? What are the things going to happen? This, how the operational infrastructure developed. At the same time, technical infrastructure is there. They are meeting all the norms of the technology standards. Like we can see that the fire exit, disaster management.
Page, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, which page, sir?
Page number 176.
176.
Don't limitize the page numbers. Okay, this is a knowledge management, how the infrastructure needs to be attended, where the knowledge culture is developed, I'm saying. Okay, like in this book, I'm saying 9 to 10 pages. I'm not criticizing only 9 to 10 pages, please. It's like whatever, because my main, I'm just sorry to say that right now, my main aspect of my research work done on knowledge management. It's a very wonderful experience with this unit in our MLISc-01. Okay, my own experience, I developed my tools, how it can be retained the knowledge with experienced person into that particular organization. This is mainly I've given with my questionnaire. I shared with that administrator, that's like the vice chancellors and application sector, like how the creating new knowledge by the teachers, and as a facilitator library. These 3 sectors, I send a questionnaire Mainly, I limitize to the librarians only. Why? Because first of all, we should get the knowledge structure, whether it's there or not, the system applied or not in an organization. Very happy to share this unit with you, with limited students, I can say. But if you go for any area to serve as an information profession, definitely you should be developed with competencies. Not just like what it is, whatever it is there, if you are serving, it will not be served in a future. Previously, like, excuse me, previously we used to get plenty of budget to the library. Now it is not the similar to previous, like categorically, like these many people are there, this much budget is allocated. It may not be beyond that. But nowadays, opposite. When our knowledge structure is there, developed in the culture, developed with operations successfully, with our technical infrastructure, what is the recreation of the new knowledge? We can see previously no desk in the library, no place in the library to put our own organizational knowledge. But nowadays, they're keeping the separate rack. What the organization developed the knowledge. Wherever you go, even if you school education, is there any book authored by your faculty or articles come up? These things to be given as a different desk, one particular desk, to show our organization knowledge developed in that particular sector which we incurred the amount. Small example I can say, in a Manipal Institute of Higher Learning Institution, they are coming as a new faculty. What is the role of new faculty in area? Can you tell me anybody answer for this? New faculty or a new person joined into a particular organization, what they will do? Immediately, we assign the job. Am I right? Please interact. When we are, when we are a newcomer coming for the organization to work, what we do? We train 1 or 2 days and say that you work on your own. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, kindly respond. Even if you are experienced or not experienced also, wherever we go, as a faculty or a person, they will interact with like less amount to train, to adopt techniques easily to attend within 1 or 2 days. At the same time, when one organization comes for ask for 6 months to work as a technician, as a technological advancement to just observer, how it gives the pleasure to see all the observations to apply your new knowledge after 6th month. What is a new coming up with the experience with the 6 months as a new thought? I am saying, if you already are experienced, you have to start working there with that, adopting new technology, whatever technology are applied. But as a new faculty, I am a small example I am giving. If you go some IITs, they'll assign you to assist the students first. For what? They are not guiding to do this thing, only particular thing. Now, you may be having the more knowledge, but less experience. It can be applied your competency skills into that particular area. Already you faced in a come across to the education time. So same thing applied when we need infrastructure facilities. If the culture incurred, like knowledge culture is developed, mainly knowledge culture based on the infrastructure and technical infrastructure advancement, and also how your application applied and reward system developed. We can see that all are not like equally contributed. Some people will wholehearted, some people okay, some people manageable manner. These three will not be the same. You can see that the government sector are also not giving the same like increments to other people. There are some hurdles are there that they have to pass. Like they'll make how you are attentive particular assignment, how you are extraordinary particular even it is not included in your duty. You can see that our own area, like particular system, evaluate our feedback system in your own experience. If you are not experienced, you can come across to it. If we experience with already that, you can see how we are working with that per organization within the assigned time and also extra assignment attended a particular people, they will give the extra feedback to that particular level of enhancement of the salary, as well as take the next level positions in the less time also. Even government applying. And the knowledge, mainly knowledge and knowledge management. You can see that page number 177, those are following only the text form. See that the knowledge and the knowledge management. It is almost similar. I'm saying every, like in a first class itself. Data, information, knowledge. If data is a raw, as a researcher, we have to collect the data. Once predefined our research with the collected data, we have to formulate the things in a better manner. We have to consult the information too. And after the completion of our own research, we can get the some experience, create a new knowledge. It called as a knowledge. If when we are managing that the particular knowledge at that level of understanding, this knowledge managed, processed, and repackaged to the organization, called as a knowledge management. Already mentioned about that, how the competency skill trapped. See, we are already a decade experience with particular area. See, in a bank sector, except manager, even including the manager, attend every desk, maybe the customer's facilitation center, RS, cash sector, RS, attending of the marketing of their own plans, and also recovery area too. Why these experiences required? We should not be idle to sit somewhere else. Yeah, this my job is only for this. No, it will not be like that. Even if you go to the British libraries, we need not to be like particular own area, the counter. So many years. I'm this expert in that particular area. No, not like that. Every month or a week or within a 6 months or a year. But they change their counters to be attentive from even including gatekeeper, I can say. Sometimes they may ask you to be like very near to the gate to facilitate the people, those are very newly coming to the library. Or they're going to take membership as a new member. That will be facilitated by person. He may be the next level of the manager too. So how we can manage the knowledge in that particular, maybe the physical mode, maybe the intellectual mode, maybe the organizational mode. And also, you have to think about the interdisciplinary nature of the knowledge. Now, I already mentioned of the technology, biotechnology, already we come to know that. But now multitasking, now genetic engineering, mentioned about that. New form is coming. Information technology. In IoT, Internet of Things. Information technology is one part, if using as a network IoT. IoT, how it will be applicable in a building science. How it can be applicable in home needs. Nowadays, information IoT things happening even at home. Smart homes are coming up. Smart libraries. In smart offices. So where we are working. Now we can, as a librarian, I can just give a small example. As an online classwork is going on. As a librarian, how it can be developed our own area, our knowledge management, thinking process to information needs of the particular teacher is online classwork right now. How it can be. At the same time, how it can be serve our own online users, online course students, online system of blended learning. Are we able to ready to apply our knowledge to give then and then knowledge to the user, maybe the teacher or maybe the students. Now we have to think about that, how the knowledge management applications to be applied. This particular aspect I'm saying. So we have to be ready with whatever in MLISc-01, like information, communication, and society. It all like overlapped with other sectors also, other information sector. So once you come across to this basic and applied research within this particular units or particular subject, specifically in information, communication, and society, You can apply your knowledge wherever you want to work, I'm saying. It's just like research methodology. If you are going to go for beyond like coursework, if you're going limited to the not only particular certificate, MLISc. Next level of the course we are going, this book I can say it will become as a all the books I'm saying, but particularly this book, if you go thoroughly, just don't just throw away like whenever you complete your course, keep it with you, and each and every part is a very important one when you are going to serve as an information professional or else any sector. If you are going, you can be well equipped with this particular knowledge how it can be managed. Don't say that only I'm be with information professional. If you're going towards any other job, I'm saying, because nowadays the groups also going to come up, group services. If you crack that particular exams, you can apply your knowledge wherever you go, maybe the public or private or corporate. You can see the interdisciplinary nature of knowledge coming up. Already mentioned that psychology, industry psychology, business psychology, social psychology. Previously, there was no psychology person in that particular school or education system. Nowadays, psychology is required. Why? Psychology teacher is required because counseling the students to what to act, how not to act in a education sector, in a school education, even including I'm saying psychologists like PT, physical trainer, like librarian. They need like now psychologists too, because the electronic like voluminous information is coming of what they should apply their knowledge to develop their own area. They pass their exams and develop the assignments and do participate in the group discussions too. Now, not only just 100 marks on particular subject and particular this thing, it includes group discussions. Like previously, we used to see only the management sector. Now, applied 20 to 30% marks, extracurricular activities too, or internal assessment is going on continuously. So, when we become as information for a particular area, if you are going to health area, again the feedback is there. And if you are going the legal area, again feedback system is there. When you are working in the higher education system, again feedback system is developed. So these two, how it can be attained as a information profession, how it can be developed in that particular area, knowledge sector, I'm saying. How the knowledge management and LIS professionals, mainly this, whatever this lesson or this particular knowledge management, how it can be applied for particular our own areas, I'm saying. Library and information science professionals, how we are well equipped. We know that previously we are working on a knowledge, we are categorizing, classifying, and repackaging to expectation of the user needs. If different style of user is coming, I'm saying already last class I mentioned about that. NALSAR developing the management technology, management coursework in the NALSAR area. Why the legal system need medical, need like management? They need less time to apply their knowledge to doctrine the law or legal terminology. How they can attend. At the same time, as a library profession, going for the medical college or medical institution or medical organization or pharma sector or media and communication areas, how it can be applied knowledge management. You can see our nation focused mainly knowledge management nowadays. Why? Because the shifting of the people, they're not retaining, even particularly software sector, you can see how fast they leave the job and go to the next level. We are not like, because globalized village become as a globalized structure of working also. So we cannot retain the people long, like we previously used to work like 10 years, 20 years. Nowadays, less time. If you are not satisfied with that particular package, you are not satisfied with that particular organization, you are not satisfied with that particular aspect of the work going on, definitely they are moving. Sometimes even the organization not required particular this person, particular area, they are asking to leave. You can see that come across the Google. Many people they left because of not just updated their knowledge. They cannot say that they are not having the work. They are having the work, but not updated. definitely it affects the organization and also continuation of the services. So we have to be very alert when we apply our own knowledge area. Whatever we have to be come across any experiences. We have to minimize the problem and make the solutions to maximize the maximize the needs to attend. And how the term librarian, nowadays the librarian is not just librarian. Am I right? The students?
Yes, sir.
Librarian is not just librarian.
Yes, sir.
He is an officer in information sector. He may be the manager in the information area. And also if there is any knowledge management culture is developed, it becomes as a CKO, Chief Knowledge Officer too. And also treated as a knowledge manager. These terms are how the knowledge worker in emerging trends. Why these terms changed? Because requirement is more and more selectively. It's not like just higher education is just higher education. It's not like just organization is not like this organization. Now they are multi-branded. We are not saying like a small example I can tell. Reliance. Reliance is the multi-branded right now. They are in the agriculture sector. They are in the internet networking sector. So many areas. Same similar manner in a small like you can see any small urban club you can see. Urban club, how they come to serve technical issues. Nowadays, they are serving whatever they need, like society required. They're going like opening the beyond limitations, I'm saying. So that librarians also required like different form of organization wherever that applied. TCS librarian is not the same when you are working in the R&D sector. Then higher education sector, like university system, not the same like public university. Understand? Universities are similar, but public universities differ with the private universities. Private universities. Why I'm saying universities are like tradition is different with the corporate knowledge again. Corporate is like different, like how they are charging the tuition fees based on the output of the particular person. See, comparatively, I'm saying ISB. ISB is small like MBA, other college. It is not the same. Executive MBA is developed in a ISBs. They are coming like well-versed knowledge, experienced people, and also entrepreneurs are coming to take the coursework. There, as a knowledge manager, what we are giving that services to the particular sector, so that we can come and equip how best. I hope this unit open your eyes to how you become as a next level of the librarian, just not librarian, next level of the term librarian. Am I right? Yes, please interact because 5 more minutes we are having. Every time I'm telling about that interact because here is a very less number only.
Yes, sir. Sir?
Interact, how interaction I'm saying. How interact the session. What experiences? Anybody experienced librarians are in this group right now?
No idea, sir.
No
Sir,
idea.
Yeah, please share your experiences, how you are handling your services in your own organization. Maybe the school, maybe the college, maybe the university, or maybe the R&D institution. Please. How you are working. Mainly this knowledge means this main unit is meant for what we do already know, what we need to know. This is the knowledge. How we are managing, that is the knowledge management. As a library profession which we are adopting, how it is applicable to our own profession. This knowledge management is every area I'm saying. Even Infosys applying knowledge management structure. They need reassess the needs of the customer, attend that services, and take the feedback, retain the customer too. Not just new customer coming, old customer is going. It's not like that. customer requirement and application processed on their intellectuality, applying same area, serving or not. This is the process of knowledge management system in a Infosys. Same thing applied in R&D sector, even KPMG also. How the intellectuals are pooling up, grabbing the knowledge, applying that particular area and give the as a report, applying somewhere. Wherever the clients required, as per the client's needs.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
And within the, yeah, tell me what?
Interdisciplinary knowledge management అంటే ఏంటి సార్? ఇక్కడ ఉంది సార్.
Internal what mama? చెప్పండి.
Interdisciplinary nature of knowledge management.
In all.
177.
See, I am okay. I see one organization developed that particular organization structure. See, now it is meant for previously Amazon meant for what? Amazon
is
small
for,
example I am giving. Amazon previously Amazon is only for
it is only for
collecting the product, delivering the goods. Collecting the product and delivering the goods based on the requirement of the customer. But now Amazon is what now? They are maintaining the product godowns too, based on the requirement of the society.
Okay, sir.
Within that godowns, they are maintaining different products.
Okay.
See, I am saying like small example, Maruti. I am saying that Maruti automobile sector. Now they are giving the Maruti an owned brand, but same time their brand is selling to keep another logo to particular company, make use of the technology, not to rework on that. Small example I am saying, urban one Baleno, I don't know what, the 3 to 4 cars are same similar manner, but logo is different.
Okay.
Why this logo is different? Technology of the Maruti selling to the another, like example Toyota, they are making the logo, keeping the logo by making the technology the same similar manner. There is no change, only logo applied with the technology transferred to them same similar manner. When we are working in an organization, we are interacting with the interdisciplinary manner. See, medical college library with technology oriented, biotechnology people. Interdisciplinary, you have to work interdisciplinary. Same ICMR, NIN, working with the industry.
Okay.
They are making us interdisciplinary manner. Previously, we used to take only NIN, books are only within NIN, like nutrition one. But nowadays, they need interdisciplinary, even product management, even product selling also.
Okay.
Even IPR acts, even legal terminology. These all as treated as interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, I can say. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you so much. And any, like, you can, time is 11:30 already over. Please kindly shift to your own next class. Okay. Thank you,
sir.
one and all. If there is any doubts, you can call me and you can text me. And Monday, Tuesday, I'll be available in the Wesley College, like CSI Institute of Technology. If anybody wants to come, even visit the library too. Okay. Monday and Tuesday, tomorrow and after tomorrow. Okay. Wish you all the best. Quite opposite to Anand Theatre. Now is Anand Theatre next to the Yatri Nivas, Paradise. Please keep your visit library terminology wherever it is. You won't get until unless you visit the libraries. Okay. Who's there in a distance mode, I'm saying. Those are not working mainly. Okay. Okay. Wish you all the best. 10 to 5 I will be available. Okay. Ring up and come if there is any requirement. Good luck. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.